Hey everybody, I'm Jerome Evans, Executive Director of One Voice Mixed Chorus, and here I have 10 questions that we are going to ask our Artistic Director, Waigwa,
That's me.
about our upcoming concert, Protest Lines. Question number 1.
All right.
What inspired you to choose the theme Protest Lines? Was there something that sparked the idea?
Well, I think anyone who's alive in the world now feels a little bit of tension between the things that they might believe or hope that their lives stand for and what's currently happening, either socially or politically. So it seemed a very natural extension of what the chorus community was feeling, wanting to be able to get out in the community and wanting to be able to do a little bit more for that community.
How does the theme of Protest Lines amplify One Voice's mission of building community and creating social change by raising our voices in song?
Sure, we've always been very community-based. That was from its inception was to have a tight-knit community that helped care for each other and keep each other safe. So in that way, it kind of harkens back to its roots of resilience. As far as creating social change and raising our voices in song, we've been raising our voices in song for the last, 37 years. But now it's like, what can we do in the community that goes beyond kind of like the affirmation and the inspiration that seeing a musical performance can give you. So with this, we give you skills to be able to hopefully take songs out to those protests you'll be attending.
Cool. So then what was the song selection like for Protest Lines? Were there any songs that came to mind right away?
Sure. I think a lot of it stems from, there is a vocal activist, composer, brilliant human being named Melanie Demore. She is often up in the Twin Cities area, but she has a piece, a song called Standing Stone. And the words are, "I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you." And so I think that is like the crux of what our community needs. It seems the crux of what a lot of people who feel like they are suffering, having taken their rights away, it seems like something that kind of holds us together. That's what happens in protests. You're marching by people that you've never met. It's what happens when you join a chorus or in a chorus. You're singing by people working on one specific cause, whether it is a song or a social movement. And so that's kind of what the concert was built around.
As the artistic director of One Voice, what aspect of Protest Lines are you most excited for?
I'm most excited for individual singers to have the chance to lead songs with the audience. It is essentially my child, right? Every concert that we have, from inception to execution. And so getting chorus members to be able to have auditioned for the songs that connected with them the most and to be able to have them give those to the audience, I think will be inspirational for them and hopefully for the audience as well.
As you rehearse for Protest Lines, have there been any songs the choir has learned and embodied in a way you didn't expect?
One Voice has eaten this concert up. Like, full stop. They are very enthusiastic about the idea of sharing protest songs and having the audience sing along, and also just the choral pieces they've kind of put together that are not participatory. But the main one that they have loved the most is Holly Near. She's been a longstanding pillar in the queer community. She originated the song Singing for Our Lives, which was sung at the Harvey Milk Vigil. It was like written on the way to that vigil.
Oh my gosh.
And so that has been a long, standing song in the queer community, but I Ain't Afraid kind of speaks more to where we are now. The text is, "I'm afraid of what you do in the name of your God." It's like, I ain't afraid of your Yahweh, your Allah, your churches, your Bible, but I'm afraid of what you do based on those things. And I feel like that very much speaks to where we are in this present moment of the rationale for certain things just happening in the country. And it's not based on a human-to-human connection. It's based on a law that it was written, words that were written a long time ago that are now being enacted in certain ways. And I feel like that speaks to a lot of the members of One Voice.
Wow, that's powerful. Why do you think music has been and continues to be such a powerful tool in protest and resilience?
I would take singing kind of farther back than that. I think it's one of the main ways we've communicated over time. It's always been an activity, a community activity. It has always been a form of storytelling, and it's always just been like a form of like being with one another in whatever context. And so that eventually translated into protests and like songs of just trying to be strong or trying to care for one another, I feel like is a natural progression. And I think that'll always continue. I don't think it's not unique to us now. It's not unique to us now.
What motivated the decision to include a community sing-in as part of the concert?
Again, this goes back to we've always sung together. And it takes a lot of individual perspectives that everyone might have that might cause rifts. You know, you don't see this exactly like I do, and it sets up difference. But when you have a shared set of texts and a shared set of melodies, you can agree on those things because they're speaking to some fundamental right we think we should have, fundamental ideas that we value and see in ourselves as human beings. And so we can agree that we are fighting for the same thing through these songs. And I think it helps move us through smaller divisions that in the grand scheme of progress don't matter.
Has One Voice collaborated with any local organizations that align with the theme of protest lines? And how do you feel that impacted the chorus members?
I think probably the most significant community partnership we had for this concert was we had like a Saturday rehearsal, and a group called Atlas Defense came and kind of talked to us about asset mapping, which is major in essentially just looking at the people you have and trying to figure out what skills they have to help you stay safe. So asset mapping, de-escalation, and kind of just reality setting, expectation setting of what, like where we are in the city, what threats there could be, what tools we already have, and what tools we could develop further to be a stronger community that cares better for itself.
What do you hope audience members will take with them after attending protest lines?
Some sort of hope. Because I think it's really easy to get sucked into what is bad and not remember that there are still good things. Like having the discrepancy between what is happening as a country and what is happening in individual lives. So whether that is, you know, you're no longer able to be on your hormone replacement therapy, like that is a very real thing that happens in your life, but there are some aspects of things happening in the country that might not be impacting your life. And so kind of just being able to gauge what is happening to you, what's happening to the people around you, and having hope that in a community of people, like we will endure.
How can community members continue to live out the messages and themes of protest lines once they leave the concert hall?
Well, you can come see more of our concerts, for one. We continue to sing about social justice. It's something I cannot get away from. It's kind of like the credo I kind of have in my life of what I want to do with choirs. You'll have some resources for community sings so that you have recordings. You'll have all of the lyrics, all of the recordings, so that you're able to spread these songs. And then hopefully it inspires you to be interested in what you can contribute to your local community, whether it is signing up for a class with Atlas Defense, you know, like engaging in other kind of social justice minded choirs. There are queer choirs in town. There's ours. There's also Calliope, which does a lot of great feminist work. There's like Sea Change, which is also great. There's like a whole bunch of groups that do a lot of cool stuff. So whether it is musical or whether it is contributing to Out Front, you know, or like, you know, like finding something that aligns with what you feel like needs to be fought for in this moment and deciding to volunteer, whether that is, you know, data-based, like entering things, it's feeding people meals, it's organizing clothes, it's like picking up someone who needs to run errands, like finding whatever that connection is that you can contribute.
Awesome. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us. Protest Lines is at the O'Shaughnessy Theater on November 15th. Hope to see you there.